One, two, one, two, one, two. DJ Jerome Baker the third. Just these angles properly. Um, and we're here, man. Chopping Blades. I think it's episode 5. We're just gonna call it episode A minor because sheesh. Man. Kendrick Lamar has been entertaining us all weekend with his response to the Drake, or not even his response, more so like his contribution to the back and forth between him and Drake. It's been entertaining to say the least. Um, I think that it's got the West Coast turned all the way up with the newest release, Nothing Like Us, that dropped, I believe that was Friday night. Um, and it just sort of set the weekend on fire. Um, man, I mean, I believe Drake responded and then Kendrick responded quickly. Again, that was towards the end of the week. Then Kendrick dropped with an Alchemist track, actually, Alchemist produced track. And then here comes Kendrick the next day with Nothing Like Us, which has the West Coast turned all the way up. They talking about folks can't play West Coast, can't play Drake on the West Coast, so the beef is over. All sorts of just dumb stipulations and rules. But man, it is just a wonderful time, I believe, to be a fan of hip hop. I still think the music in general is suffering at the moment. We still need more quality artists. We don't have enough quality East Coast contributions, in my opinion. We don't have enough quality West Coast contributions, from my opinion, in rappers, let's say, under the age of 30. All these cats born in 1977 is great, but I mean, we see, they're coming up on 50. And so we're looking at, we need some fresh blood with content, with creative ideas, with new outlooks, refreshing outlooks. But as that makes its way to the center stage, this Kendrick and Drake situation has definitely elevated to the top of, many people's rap agenda. There's a lot of opinions, a lot of theories and conspiracies and all these kinds of things. And at the end of the day, if it makes the music better, then I think it is a place where we can all gain a benefit. If it causes division beyond just like conversation, then that's the problem. Kendrick did it over a bunch of different beats, bunch of different information he dropped, and I think this is the one that kind of got multiple people, like I said, the whole West Coast charged up. You dropping Tupac's name in a song. Um, it just depends on who is, what your perspective and your opinion is. Um, One thing that got overshadowed in this whole sort of Kendrick weekend is that well, first of all, Cinco de Mayo. So I hope you had a safe Cinco de Mayo. But Fabulous Soul Tape volumes 1 through 3 are on streaming services. Please get them. Like, Fab was in his bag on many of those um songs, tremendous features, tremendous production. You know what I'm saying? And they automatically, I mean, at this point, you have to purchase those because you don't know when you're gonna see them up again. So that was a very, very healthy and happy contribution to the weekend. Um, my weekend, stellar. DJ'd 4 times, Thursday through Sunday. Tremendous action across the board. Good vibes. Good people involved and everything. DC was just insane on Cinco de Mayo. My brother told me Arizona Cinco de Drinko. You feel what I'm saying? Lots of tequila flowing throughout the streets. And again, man, I'm actually trying to go cold turkey with it. I can say that this is probably my last weekend really partake in something more than one day. Um, Got to get the physical in A1 shape, man. Got some motivation that doesn't know that they were motivation, but I appreciate some words that were directed my way from a friend, of course. So we're gonna take that motivation and just uh, would just help us get to the right space. So um, I did see, and I had some conversations, unfortunately, about the cancellation of um, Lovers and Friends, and just the conversation and looking at that schedule. That would have been an epic concert to attend. Truthfully, I think there was a lot of promise and potential for that to be one of the greatest concerts of all time. 5 different stages, all popping at various times, 2 and 3 popping at the same time. Could have been crazy. Could have been absolutely crazy. But unfortunately, that did not happen. I believe there's supposed to be some rain in Vegas or something, and so that didn't happen. Obviously, the NBA playoffs were in a space where Orlando lost to Cleveland Sunday. Really like that Orlando team. They're young. They need a little bit more outside shooting. Um, but I think that there's a great future for the Orlando Magic. Bonchero is an absolute boss in what he does, and he just creates some of the best, some of the just moments for that team. And I like the Wagner brothers. They play really well. I think they have a bit too many guys that probably play the same position. Point guard situation is kind of weird. I think they have like 3 point guards, but the outside shooting is hurting. So let's trade Grayson Allen for one of those younger guys, and we'll see what's popping. But I think that obviously the Knicks are playing the Pacers. That's tonight, Monday. And that'll be a great. We're going to see a lot of Jalen Brunson footage. We're going to see a lot of that series being broken down. I do have the Knicks getting past them in 6 or 7 games, but then they got to play Boston. I think the TV coverage of, well, I guess if Boston gets past Cleveland, because obviously Cleveland came back from like 30 against Boston in the regular season. If Cleveland does not get past Boston and we have a Boston Knicks finals, Eastern Conference Finals, I think that would be some amazing TV, amazing stories. A lot of the crowd and attendance, particularly in New York, is going to be phenomenal. Um, Brunson has elevated his game crazy to the point where I think I'm not sure how the Knicks feel about Julius Randle next year. I don't know if you want to bring him back. He's a bruising force down, but he is a black hole when it comes to the basketball. You hit him you give him the ball, and he's gonna dance and just do everything you can for 9 seconds with the ball instead of moving that thing around. And when you have Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo, the kid off the bench has been playing well. Isaiah Hartenstein's been hooping. Mitchell Robinson, like they've got a nice team there that if they can get past Indiana and they can say, hey man, this team had us X amount of games away from the NBA Finals, you can get somebody young for Brunson, and not for Brunson, I'm sorry, for Julius Randle and keep it moving. So um, I think we see what happens. And we continue to uh to see what's popping. So I mean, I think that obviously, again, Choppin Blades episode A minor, and again, we're not here to endorse any of that foolishness. It's just a very banging line in the song. Nothing like us, Kendrick. I think Kendrick's song, even the third verse, where he, after he's already kind of entertained you, he chooses to educate you a bit. That's when things kind of settled in. You were like, damn, he really went for the juggler all over this joint. Metro Boomin has a beat that he made, and that Drake actually commented on it and said, you made a song about my ass, which is weird. But it's just a very, very, very interesting time in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? There isn't a lot of exciting music, in my opinion. You have a lot of music out there that you have to dig and find. Well, let me take that back. There is exciting music, but you have to dig and find it. And I think that helps you appreciate the music more, because on a mainstream level, it's not so much as like it has to be sifted through before. Now, if you have a name on the mainstream level, your music's getting played almost without discrimination, right? And we need you need to discriminate. We need some gatekeeping. We need some things to not allow them to be watered down, then change when it gets to the mass level, right? I like Gunna. He can make some decent songs, but he puts out a single or two on a new album. It's like they're okay, but because there isn't so much on the landscape, you don't get like discerning opinions. You just get to automatically play it on your show or at the club or whatever the case may be. Um, and so, we'll see what happens, man. We're heading into summer. DC had a week full of 80-degree weather, phenomenal 89-degree weather, and then we pulled it back. I believe yesterday, Sunday was pretty not warm. It was kind of gray skies, it was rain all weekend, heavy points of rain too, heavy points of rain. That allowed people to just sort of like you had to put a coat on, you had to put a hoodie on, you had to put a layer on to enjoy your Saturday night. Sunday was just a good, chill, relaxing day. Like I said, besides hoop, wash your clothes, chill with your people, do whatever the case may be. But it was just a good, chill Sunday. Hold on one second. Right, my computer was not charging. We almost had a moment there. But yeah, I mean, Chopping Blades, A minor. Whether however you feel about Drake and Kendrick, I will say this: going into week probably I don't know 8 of this since like that dropped, and I think that we need to still control the narrative and not let this spinning get out and let this get out of hands and keep it on the music. Um, opinions are fine, mass media coverage is fine, but you have to stay on the music and the things that we can control. Uh, after that last verse in Nothing Like Us, where Drake's talking about, where Kendrick is like, "Hey, Drake runs to Atlanta to get his steez," and all these artists. It's tough to dispute that. And I think when things get tough to dispute is when it's time to look at ending these things and moving on in a more positive direction. It was fun. It was cool. The clubs turned up, got a little something cool. But now, like, all right, we're just going to continue to see two black men badger each other at the top of their careers. And, what's our real objective here? You feel me? So, it's great for internet banter. It's great for barbershop banter for the homies to talk about. Everybody has different opinions. You know what I'm saying? But we know the line has definitely been crossed, and we just need to sort of like, all right, let's wrap this up peacefully. You know what I mean? I was been doing some reading about how Ice Cube and Common's beef was, I pretty much ended by Minister Farrakhan, Nation of Islam, many years ago. I don't think we're near that level at all. I just think we're at the point where it's like, all right, you've entertained us, you've not educated us. What else can you do? So at this point, let's just go. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it what it is. Keep it P and keep it moving. All right. DJ Jerome Baker third, Chopping Blades, episode A minor. Just wanted to weigh in real quick, get your Monday started off properly. Remember, it's free Palestine until Palestine is free. Um, Shout out to everybody that is at a university across the world in an encampment or supports students in the encampments that are fighting for Palestine's freedom. Um, and just do stay on point all the time. Um, they are, and this real quick thing, I knew I saw this earlier. In a game of chicken between stores and shoppers, it's the stores that appeal to be yielding first by dropping prices on thousands of products. It's a CNN headline. Um, and I knew I had seen that because it makes sense. Like inflation was crazy, and I also saw something where it said Biden is trailing Trump not on the war, but in the inflation category. So I believe we're going to see prices drop on many things as the election heats up. Um, Hold on, Abdul's asked me right now. I think he might want to jump on. Uh, Sorry, I'm still here. We're just handling some business real quick. Real quick. Okay, Abdul's gonna hop on real quick. We'll see what's popping. Um, yeah, I mean, again, man, we're here. I'm just gonna wrap it up now. Abdul's gonna jump on real quick. We'll get his discerning opinion when it comes to this. So, um, let's see what else is in the sphere. Obviously, there's, um, yeah, these police tactics are crazy. Um, oh, AJ9 golf Barons, AJ low top AJ9s, Air Jordan 9 golf Barons salutes Michael Jordan's baseball days. Tough. Once these knees get right, I'm you know, and fall hits AZ, I'm gonna hit that golf course a few times. Um, let's see what else is popping. Hold on, we're just waiting on Abdul to jump on real quick. Mr. Porter with some silent updates for you rich people. Um, is he here? Is he here? Is he here?
Choppin Blades.
Oh, Choppin Blades. There we go. It's the Monday morning update. You feel me? We recorded this yesterday on Sunday, so today is a midday on you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, whatever they
Yeah.
and obviously,
What's
the
popping?
episode is called A Minor, Choppin Blades episode A Minor,
Yep.
which I've informed the fans that obviously we don't support anything that deals with minors in that respect, but that line was so hard body.
That was hard body.
That line was so hard
It's
body.
over.
It's
It's
over.
over. This
Yeah.
battle's over.
Yeah. I basically said that I feel like we just need to turn the tables into a more positive ending, right? We've got two
Yeah.
black men who are at the top of their respective careers, and for it to go any further is kind of like, what's the point? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, they both proved their points that they can handle themselves in a battle, in a war,
Yeah.
and you know, in many things in life, not almost, but many things in life, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser. Um, I don't
And
know
who's
if
benefiting from all of this? The
at
real
this
winner is the white people.
yes, and so at this point, it's like, well, what's the benefit
Yeah.
for the culture? Like we had a cool back and forth. We heard some records, we heard some crazy accusations, but at this point, what's the benefit? You feel me? So I agree with you right there.
I wish it had never gotten to the family portion of things. Like wives and girlfriends is one thing, but then you start talking about children. I mean that's a whole new dimension of problems that I don't ever want to see happen when you're talking reckless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're dealing with a different age of individual too. You know what I mean? Like in the
Yeah,
'90s, I don't know if cats kept it on record, and you know what I'm saying. Maybe it got to your baby mom with Jay and Nas,
with
but
Jay, but also we never thought of that as like a sensitive line, only because maybe we were also younger, we didn't have kids, we didn't understand the ramifications of
right,
that type of talk. But today I look at that line a lot differently. I look at what happened between these two gentlemen, and the talk about children a lot differently. You know what I mean? So I think it got really ugly, but I mean, listen, they were chopping blades though. It got yo, it got funky out there.
it got to a point where I think you know, people were really, and it's going to be a forever question: is did Kendrick have a mole in Drake's camp? Right, because
Also,
he was
how many kids does Drake have?
well,
That's a big question right there.
and
Yeah,
just the fact that I think his response times were so quick.
yeah.
Um,
He had him ready.
he had him ready.
This was a strategic onslaught of offensive moves that I don't think we've seen before. He waited like what 2 weeks from the initial joint, the initial Drake joint, but in those week and a half, 2 week, whatever it was, 10 days, he was just gathering intel and writing bars, and then he just attacked.
And the attack was a blitzkrieg. We haven't seen
Yeah,
anything like that.
we
I
have never
think
seen anything like this.
social media's response has also helped dictate a lot of this. I know you're familiar with the RDC. You familiar with those guys?
Nah.
Yes, you are. The Supreme Dreams.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So the whole clique's name is RDC,
All right.
and the dude
Okay.
by himself, his name is Supreme Dreams. And I don't know if you've seen their videos.
No.
Oh my goodness! Please, when we're done recording, man, it's just funny. It's just
Okay.
funny. It's, you know what I mean? And obviously, LA is super turned up. I mentioned it earlier that Nothing Like Us record has the club just in a different space. You know what I mean? The sea walking videos that
Yeah.
I've seen have been it hasn't been like this for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, they're
Yo,
really turned up. I saw a video of a DJ getting booed in LA playing Kendrick. I
playing
heard.
Kendrick or playing
I
Drake?
mean, I'm sorry, playing Drake, playing Drake.
Okay.
I seen somebody say, "LA, you can't play Drake until the beef is over," which
Yeah.
is foolish. It's
Yeah.
foolish. Like,
Well, no, but I get it. You know, it's L.A. and that's Kendrick's hometown. At this point, right now, you got to chill on the Drake shit. Is Drake gonna recover from this? What do you think?
yeah, because I think the majority of people don't care, right? Like
They do care. I mean, well, no, but
okay,
they look at this?
let me rephrase. I'm sorry. The white people I think don't really have as much of an investment, right? As much as we do. So if you're just going out to your regular bar, I played Capo on Saturday night. They enjoy Drake as much as they ever have. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So those people I don't think care. In the eyes of hip hop, I think because the bar is so low for hip hop now, he has to he has a couple decisions to make. Do I drop some new music immediately? Do I keep this beef going? If I take time off and don't respond, do I get branded a loser? There's a lot of things
Yeah.
that he has to take into consideration. So
I will say this is one beef in a long time, and maybe that there hasn't been one that has spilled over into the pop world, and it's not just in the hip hop world. I mean, I think regular people in the street might have heard about Jay and Nas back then, but this one, I mean, there's people all across the spectrum, not just in the hip hop world or fans of hip hop who are now aware of this Drake versus Kendrick beef. There's, old people, young people, white people, brown, yellow, black, whatever, green, all of them are aware that this is happening. And I don't know if we've ever seen anything like it.
yeah, but do you
Uh,
think that's also that and just do you think that's more on the social media end,
yeah,
or do you think it's also because of the level of popularity that the combatants have?
it's both. I think social media is playing a big part of this battle. Um, be, something on TikTok. There was people in the UK giving their take on who it is. Like it was a dude just talking to random people on the street, and I'm like, UK, nobody cares. Like,
Right.
when have we ever cared about y'all take on hip hop battles? Never.
It's almost like if an American was giving an opinion on like Skepta versus Stormzy or something like
It
that.
it
Like
would be
we're
like
not
if
qualified for it
yeah,
except for like Matthias. You know what I mean? He's like
it
the
would
only one.
be if you started giving your take on Arsenal versus Manchester City.
Well, I'm an Arsenal fan
Because I'm an Arsenal fan.
well also because
Emil's an Arsenal fan.
that also because 442. You know what I mean? That's my guy. That's my
Yeah. It's his birthday, by the way. Happy
oh,
birthday
okay.
to the big dog Maris.
Did you see? I think they were on AFTV.
Okay, look at you. You know all the lingo
You
now.
know what I'm saying? Look
AFTV.
at
All right,
saying.
all right, all right, all right. But it would be something similar to you giving your take on Sheffield United and Everton, if not
I
Arsenal.
have no idea what that even
Exactly.
means.
Exactly. So, but that's what I mean. It's just that's part of social media, but also just the popularity of these two dudes and and the monsters they are commercially as well as um, lyrically and how esteemed they are in our world. I think all of those components have played an important part in the world seeing this battle. It's come to everybody's doorstep.
I mean, I agree 100%. Like, I don't know. I mean, did you get a chance to listen to? It's been
Yes.
tough to listen to all of them to like fully like
I keep on
digest.
waiting for. I'm like, yo, have I missed anything? I've
Right.
listened to all of them. Yeah,
So the last one, nothing like this,
yeah,
which is now the club banger.
yeah.
Um,
My favorites ones I gotta say are Nothing Like This and 616. 616 is a bop. It's
that's another level. 616 was crazy.
616 was crazy lyrically, battle wise. You know Nothing Like Us, Meet the Grams.
Yeah,
Graham,
yeah,
what's his
Grams.
last name?
Yeah, yeah,
Graham.
Grams.
Yeah,
Grams.
Meet the Grams, as well as um the second Kendrick one, the really long one, the one that we discussed last week. I think lyrically and battle wise, those are superior. But 616 is a bop. Like you can't even help it, but your head is going to be bopping to that joint
There was
without.
616 also is there's so many layers to 616.
And we haven't uncovered all of them
They
yet.
haven't uncovered. I think
Yeah.
Canadian Father's Day.
Yeah.
It's supposedly the time that Nicole Kidman was killed.
The fact that they've just gone into tied Nicole,
Yeah.
not Nicole Kidman, Nicole the lady OJ killed. That's not Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman is an
No, no,
actress.
no. Nicole,
Rest in peace. We don't know
rest
your
in
name.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, her.
Her.
Yeah.
There was a couple other. Oh, the 3 hour time difference thing. There's some sort of meaning there.
There's meanings
Uh,
there. There's it's
remember the first
Euphoria's
one?
release
Euphoria
date,
dropped
which
on.
going back ties in with the PDF claim that what I'm saying, that Kendrick has made and put on Drake's name. All of those things.
It's a lot,
It's
and
a
then
lot.
it's a lot, man. And again, the goal is always to help it elevate the culture. But I've started to see people, Vince Staples saying, "I wish we could have, we need more, we need better." I see some online people being excited about it, and I think that at this point, it's time to wrap it up. If you want to,
Yeah.
whoever you want to call the winner loser is up to you.
I think the clear winner is Kendrick. There's no whoever you want to call. I think even Drake will concede at this point.
His
And
fans, I think, are just because remember their biggest thing was, man, you can't dance to his diss in the club or whatever.
that's
They
all
were,
right.
I saw the videos. I saw the videos from Brooklyn to LA last night.
Motherfuckers
No, I'm
was
sorry,
dancing.
on Saturday night. Yeah, so Sunday I saw, man, they was dancing.
Yeah, they were dancing.
They was dancing.
Yeah.
So, Chopping Blades. We got a quick 7-minute uh guest appearance from my man Don't Charge Abdul.
Yeah.
Obviously we were able to get in some Drake coverage. We got in some 442 coverage, and obviously we'll be back. Shout out to everybody um who looked at our poll. We had a poll yesterday, and I haven't checked the results, but when I did check, the overwhelming results were that it's time for us to hit the live stage.
Oh,
So
word.
yeah,
Okay.
that's
All right.
the overwhelming results were that
Let's
we
do
need
it.
to hit the live stage. So we're going to continue to build.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to chase these opportunities, create these opportunities.
Maybe we
Build.
can make that into a Soho House event or something. Let's get it popping.
I think that would be a really nice. Well, what's coming here first? I think it's the what's it? The Ned. They just
Yes.
they just announced the Ned's coming to DC in
Yeah.
early next year. So we'll
It's
see
gonna
what
be
we
over
can
there by
do.
the White House.
Yeah. Real square on the outside, but the inside will be real plush and in English and all that good stuff. So,
All right.
again, man, what's the podcast? Chopping Blades, episode A minor. Shout out to my man, always available. #Eddie, who's on a plane somewhere.
He's flying back
And
internationally or something.
okay, boom, and then my guy Don't Try to do it the 8-minute.
You know
And
what I mean?
we'll be
We're
right
here.
back. We'll be right back Thursday morning in your ears. DJ Drummaker third, and I'm out. Peace.
Pause for in your ears.
Oh my god.